Welcome. Hi, my name is Jared Munn. I am the new host of my show on a relationship. It's called Ground Rules, and Model A is sponsoring my time slot, and I'm excited to be here, and I'm here with Pat Sheranian.
I wouldn't leave him out here all by himself. Hey, his sponsor is Model A Cafe, and we're going to tell you about Model A Cafe, where it can be found, and I had dinner there last night with a granddaughter. So we're going to come back and tell you all about it. Going to talk about Jared, where he comes from, what he's doing, and how he wound up here. And so stay with us. We're going to commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Are you an athlete looking for a natural boost to your workout? Have you studied up on the benefits of nitric oxide production to your performance? Then you'll want to try Kyani's Nitro Extreme. Nitro Extreme promotes cardiovascular health and improved blood flow, supports muscle contraction and relaxation, as well as nerve transmission. I use Nitro Extreme right before I lift weights, and I've never been stronger in my entire life. If you don't try Nitro Extreme, you'll never know what you're missing. Call 801-362-9552 to order yours today. That's 801-362-9552.
I'm Diana Hoffman, host of Healing Talk Radio. Everything you thought you knew about the brain is changing. There's an explosion of new research about how to repair our minds, heal our emotions, and enhance our relationships. Join me every Friday at noon as we interview top experts, review books, and debate the controversies. Healing Talk broadcasts live on KHQN 1480 AM and video streams at UtahValleyLive.com. For information, go to HealingTalkRadio.com.
Welcome back. I'm Jared Munn. Again, we're here talking about Model A Cafe, my sponsor for my new show. It's out in Mapleton, Utah. It's a great little restaurant, and we're family-owned. It's my father that actually owns it. He picked it up about 4 years ago almost. And
it's got an old history.
Mm-hmm.
Been there a while.
It has been.
Long time. But the best part about it is the food is really good. And last night was family home evening if you live in Utah and are anywhere around, and across the world. If you happen to be LDS, you're doing having family home evening, and the place was full of kids and family, and it was really fun. Nobody was crying and crazy, and everybody was behaving themselves, so it was a real pleasure to be in there. And my granddaughter, who is a very kind of a picky eater, so I asked her what she wanted, and she thought a minute, and I said, how about a really good grilled cheese sandwich? And boy, she was all over that. She wanted that. And so she ordered that, and boy, was that good. She said, I think these are better than yours, Grandma. Okay, thank you. But it was good. So what did you do that was different? Because you were in the kitchen last night.
Yeah, I was cooking last night. I cook every night, so except Saturdays.
Okay.
But I was like a huge grilled cheese and tomato soup fan growing up. I mean, that was like my sit-down comfort meal.
Good.
And so growing up, I just came up with my own little way of doing grilled cheese sandwiches, and we've just incorporated that. It's, we just...
Was it good?
Toast the bread up nicely. We get a little bit of Miracle Whip or mayo, whatever you prefer, but you toast that on there. So you get the whole thing toasted up. And
it was really melted and good. Sometimes
yeah.
I get a grilled cheese sandwich and it hasn't melted yet. That's, McDonald's style.
Yeah, you got to do tons of cheese.
Whole piece of cheese
yeah,
between
no,
warm
that's
bread.
Not good.
That won't work. So it was really good. And I got, what did I get? A halibut something it was called.
You had the slider, halibut slider.
Okay, it was good. It was so big, we thought I was going to have to stand up and mash it flat to get it in my mouth. It was really, truly, it stands about 4 inches high. And it had coleslaw in it. It had tomatoes in it. It had some, I think, mayo in it. Or no, some kind of mustard.
Yeah, we've got the coleslaw, so it's got the coleslaw dressing. But then, yeah, we actually have our own Model A mustard sauce that we use on a few different sandwiches. It's just our own little recipe.
And a great piece of halibut and a big piece. And the bread was something different. What was I eating?
Squaw bread.
Dark squaw bread. It was really good. And then, of course, we topped that off. And I'm not going to tell you what else we ate because we were wicked. And so it was good dessert. I'll just say that. So the restaurant is there. And I met Jared last week or the week before. We got to talking about his past and some of the things he'd done, some of the things he wanted to do. And I said, okay, we've got a microphone and a camera. You want to jump in and try this? And he said, yeah, I do. Because in his heart of hearts, he's a stand-up comic. And so that segues into an audience anywhere out there that you can find that'll listen to you. And so we're going to be doing that. But then as I talked to him a little bit, found out that he's young, but how do I want it? Has wisdom when it comes to relationships. So he's going to be inviting guests on and talking about relationships from his viewpoint. Is that
it's a lot of dog years is the way.
A lot of dog?
Yeah, I'm like 150. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's lived a lot of life. But now you were raised locally somewhere.
I was raised in Springville. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was born in New Mexico, but I really don't remember that. We only lived there for about a year. But then we came to Utah. So.
And you've been here ever since?
We've been in Utah ever since.
Now, your dad owns the restaurant, but he must have been doing something before that.
Yeah, he's always owned his own business.
Okay.
Ever since I can remember. So he had a cleaning business for a number of years.
What's his first name?
Harold.
Harold Munn.
Yes.
Munn. And so one thing led to another, and here you are, and he's going to be hosting. You've never done this before?
Never done that before. So,
so it's a whole new thing, and be fun to see who you get involved at your young age and what you're going to be talking about. He asked if there are any rules, and I said no, and then I said, yes, there might be. I'm not right sure where you're going with everything, but don't cuss, don't swear, but they'll take us off the air. And so we're good with that. You've also, I want to go back to, you've been fearless about some things, but not about others.
Yeah.
You haven't necessarily pursued the career you wanted. So let's talk how you got into the comedy stuff.
Well, I'm just way sarcastic. I don't know.
It's really rude.
Excuse me.
I was going to mention to you, kind of rude.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah.
Okay. But nice, with the nice edgy sarcasm, I should put it that way. Polite with edgy sarcasm.
Right.
Does that work?
I don't ever want to be demeaning, to
Okay.
where somebody, walks away like, man, I hate that guy. I mean, you don't ever want that, but,
It sounds like politics if you go there.
Yeah, a little bit edgy, you like to get under their skin a little bit. You gotta get the rise out of them, otherwise, they don't.
You've got some scripts, and you've done a little bit. Were you cut up at school? Were you the one with your mouth open when the teacher said be quiet?
Yeah, I was the class clown, big time.
No kidding? Really? I mean, would they say that in Springville?
Oh, I had a personal relationship with the principal growing up, so we were good friends. So,
more than maybe necessary.
Well, a lot more than necessary.
Now, you mentioned you had, when we were talking last week, that you had some siblings.
Oh, I have just a few. So
how many? There's
8 of us total.
Okay.
So,
and you're in the middle?
Right in the middle.
So you got it from both sides?
Yeah, I got it from both sides. I have an older brother and 2 older sisters.
Okay.
And then a younger sister and 2 younger brothers.
My goodness, you are right in the middle.
Right in the middle, yeah.
Well, now, you might have an interesting story with relationships just from your own family called survival. That might be possible, or maybe you haven't.
Well, let's just say my older brother and I always didn't get along growing up.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we had some great fun, but yeah, we didn't see eye to eye on everything.
Well, one of the nice things when you get older is you find you have opinions, and that can be interesting. I think
I found that out.
You ought to bring him on and have opinions right here in front of us. Okay. And then you have a sister that you talked about bringing her on with you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't rule out talking to the parents, You may want to interview them on the air or not.
We had a great, in anticipation of this, we had a great talk New Year's Eve. We had all the family together, so I thought, what a great time to kind of practice and warm up a little bit. And my dad is not one that really likes to talk about his past a whole lot. And, I mean, the only time we ever got anything was talking to Grandma.
Okay.
But she didn't talk a whole lot. It was just kind of that Munn family thing that you just, we were good kids. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
You didn't know anything. Come to find out, my dad was a lot like, the rest of us, just a kid growing up.
Did this all come out of this recent talk, or have you learned it over the... Yeah, really?
I started asking him about, dating, his first date, his first kiss, things like that we'd never, ever heard about. And it was really, really interesting to find these things out.
And he probably had you sign something that you wouldn't give it out over the air, so let's talk about it.
I tore it up later, so it's okay.
Oh, well, relationships can really be fun to talk about. I have learned over the years that if you threaten people with the radio and being on the media, that you shouldn't use their names or you will get sued. So if you have an itch to take somebody on, don't.
Okay.
Not by name. And 'cause it will go better for you if you don't get too deep into who they are. But if they're family, that's fair game.
It's fair game? Okay. Well, then there only goes half my list. So.
Yeah. Okay, so now I want to know, there's no segue from the restaurant to the relationships. And when I ask you what you wanted to talk about, the Model A Cafe is the main sponsor for this show. He'll have other sponsors on as he gets further into this that want to come on the air with him. But how did you get from the kitchen of the Model A Cafe to this table? Because it all happened in about a week.
Yeah. Well, it was just kind of a freak incident. So we get this.
Don't get personal with me.
No. Well, you said I could take it there on some occasions, but
Okay.
no. It was I was working one night in the cafe.
Okay.
And we get the little newspaper, the Tidbits.
That's good. He was just in here.
Yeah.
The owner of Tidbits,
Yep.
Roger Strong. Yep.
And I rarely look through it. There's actually a little comic in there that I really like, the cats and dogs ones.
Right.
And
See, that's about a third grade level. Okay.
that's why I like it. What are you saying?
Okay.
No. But one of the servers just happened to be reading it, and there was an ad in there for somebody with really strong opinions. So I thought, oh, that's me.
And that was it?
So I decided to just give the number a call, and you and I have talked
Yeah,
since then.
yeah.
And we met and we got going, and you found out, I have strong opinions. And
So if I ask you on the air, what is the subject that probably irritates you the most, where you are perhaps the most opinionated
it would be probably the relationships, and that's
in your life or everyone else's?
well, both. That's
Okay.
yeah.
In work, personal.
In
I met your wife. She's lovely. You cannot take her on. She's lovely. You may
No,
not
no,
be
she's-
opinionated towards her.
no, she was a blessing to me because she can put up with me.
Oh, okay,
So
that's one for her, for sure. Okay, all right.
there's a lot for her. So anybody that can even put up with me, I mean, that right there is.
Okay, so you've gone from the kitchen to the boardroom, if you will. Pardon me. This is the boardroom. We have a table. That's what makes it a boardroom.
There you go.
To the airwaves, actually. And I think we have to do another commercial break here. Do we have to do a commercial break here? Am I okay? Until 23 after is the next
There
one,
we go.
right?
We got time.
I'm doing 2 hours today, and I'm already behind. So we're going to go back to back here for a little bit today. All right, now let's go back to the cafe, because I do
Okay.
want you to talk about, you've won some awards. I want you to talk about it. I want you to talk about the name of the cafe.
Right.
And there's some wonderful paintings and pictures on the walls. If you are over 60, maybe 70, you might remember some of these cars that your grandparents had. 50, you could even remember. But it is the old Model A, and you probably didn't know anything about it until you saw a picture.
Oh, I knew about them. I'm a boy. So,
But
you
that's
know,
an old
cars.
car. You can't even
I
find
like cars. I like.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, I like
Your
the older.
favorite movie being Cars.
It is a good movie.
Okay, but these are old, and the
Yeah.
pictures are wonderful. But it really, what does it have to do with the cafe? Because it's quite modern, but it's really a family cafe. It's fun to be in there. Everybody talks to everybody. If they even look vaguely familiar, it's where do I know you from? They have a bar that's, no, it's called a countertop.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bar.
Not a
It's
bar as in.
No, it's not in a family restaurant. That wouldn't be there.
We got in
But-
trouble when we started serving alcohol to the kids, so we
No,
stopped doing that.
Okay, there you are. Behave.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha. They never did do that.
No,
I
we
promise
didn't,
you.
we didn't.
On behalf of his father and mother, they never did that. But it's a counter, and it's an old-fashioned counter. In fact, the business that's going on in Iowa this weekend, I've seen a lot of cafes with these guys, the politicians, standing around hawking themselves. How wonderful they are. You got an opinion about that?
About the yeah, I have many opinions on the politics.
Can we talk about it on the air?
Sure.
Okay.
Nothing sacred with me.
That's good to know, maybe. So, I started out with the news this morning. Mitt's on the top of the pile right now. If you turn any other station but Fox, they won't agree with that. They say, well, he's up in the top 3 somewhere, but he's preparing to fall. Yesterday, I nearly crawled through the TV because somebody in Iowa said, well, we like Mitt, but after all, he's not a Christian. He's a Mormon.
Right.
Oh, the hair stood straight up on the back of my neck, and I thought, where is he? I'm going to send him literature. He's going to get buried under literature. I have his name. I'll call him out for it. We are a Christian, if you're out there listening anywhere, and you think Mormons are not Christians. We definitely are. How can they get that when the name of our church is the Church of Jesus Christ? I mean, how can you not call us Christians? I don't know how that works. Anyway, yes, I have some opinions about that. I agree with him about Obama. He needs to get out of where he is. Now, if you're a Democrat and you're listening, I'm sympathetic to your cause. And we would have all agreed that things could have gone differently, but they didn't. And I don't want to voice my opinion anymore because this is your show. And we're going to get back to your cafe. So let me talk about the award.
Okay.
The Model A Cafe Award. So hold that up.
Okay.
And I think Kelly can move up and get you guys don't have a website, do you?
We do.
You do?
We do, yeah.
All right. As soon as we show this, give Kelly the website.
So
and she'll hold it up.
We have Facebook and
go.
we have the website. And
there you go. What does that say?
So it's for 2011.
Okay.
Model A Cafe won number best in Utah County for American food.
Really?
So best American food.
That's right. We've got a lot of people not cooking American food, and even when they do, they don't.
No. We serve the good stuff. All American.
So who awarded this? An uncle? No.
Well, we had to pay a few people, but it came out for the better. But no, it was this was the Daily Herald. So
really?
The big
hey, they're our big sponsor.
Yeah, the best of that they do every year. The big best of.
Hey, I have to tell you what I did this morning. I've been reading the Herald online. I've got a virus, which is really irritating, so it froze my computer this morning. So I marched right down the Daily Herald, and I signed up for a subscription. And it's been a while. They couldn't find me in the computer. I felt really neglected. But I wasn't there, and so I signed up for a new everything and found out that I don't get it all online. They have things in the paper that don't necessarily come out online. So I was really to have that. They're running a huge quarter-page ad about the radio station, about my shows and stuff. So, yeah, I'm loving these guys and the fact that they gave this. So they do this every year?
Yeah, they do this every year. They have the big contest, the best of. And, I mean, they have, I don't know how many awards they give out, but...
But you're the best in American food, just good old-fashioned comfort food.
That's right.
All right. And so they do this every year. So are you up again next year to run again? Do they do that? Can you have 2 or 3 years in a row?
I'm not sure how, as far as my understanding of how you get nominated, in the first place, it's just people writing in or sending emails. So it's actually our customers that
who have said, okay, this is the best. And so they listened to it. Did they do a story on you?
I mean, it was just we've had stories done in the past, but not particularly for
related to this.
Yeah.
Okay. And what did the story say?
Oh, it just talks about how good our food is.
Okay. And you can come as you are. You do not have to wear a tie. You do not have to be 21 and over. You can come, bring the family and the whole group, and they have in the middle of the room they have tables. You could probably push those together. I think
We do.
You told me the Model A Cafe seats about 57, almost 60. And so in the middle of the room, they've got a table that you could get, I think, at least 20 around.
Yeah, we can arrange it to fit.
Big group right in the middle of the room, which is really fun. And then up at the counter, 6, 8?
It's about 4 comfortably.
They swing out, the arms swing out. So
the chairs
easily.
swing out.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the menu.
Okay.
You open at what time?
8 a.m., so Monday through Saturday.
And Saturday you open?
From 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. So
So
Monday through Thursday, it's 8 to 8.
Okay.
And then Friday and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
8 to 9 p.m. Okay, now let's tell folks where it is because I got to the wrong corner and had to think about what I was doing. Because I was driving down, it was dark last night, and you go through Springville if you're on the back road. You go through Springville. And then you follow the sign that says Mapleton, which you stay to the right.
You stay to if you're going through Springville on Main Street heading south.
You stay to the right, and it curves you around and then goes on down. And you go down about, I don't know, maybe 2 miles, 3 miles?
About 1.5 miles.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about like that. And there is one gas station that's closed. Forget that one. But the next one is open. And there's a gift shop across the street. That's not it. You go on down. It's on the west side.
Yep, the cafe is on the west side of the street. So
across from Conoco.
Yep, the big gas station right there.
And it was really fun because there's parking all the way around. So the parking is really easy. There's no snow on the ground, so I didn't slip and slide. That was really good. And I walked in the door, and somebody said hello instantly. And we found a place to sit. And the little gal that waited on us, great. She was right there with everything we needed, and food was served quickly. And so now talk about the appetizers, because these are great fun.
Yeah, we like them. I mean,
practically a meal.
Yeah, they are, and we give you enough that
it's a meal.
It is a meal. But yeah, we have. I don't know.
He can't see.
You can't really see it all that much. Okay, so I mean, we've got edamame.
Okay, tell them what that is.
It's a soybean.
Right.
And it comes in the pod. Now, a lot of people don't.
My three-year-old granddaughter can say that, but I can't.
She knew what it was. That's right.
Yes, and she knew what they were, and they're soybeans, and I can't say it because my southern mouth won't let me get my tongue around all of that. Edamame.
Edamame, yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, what's your website? Because she's going to try and pull something up.
It's just www.modelacafe. You should be able to find it on that, so it should just pull it up.
Okay, see if she can find that and see what you got there. Okay, talk about everything. And that's like $2 when you get a whole bunch.
Yeah, the edamame is $2.99, which for an appetizer anywhere, that's really inexpensive.
That is inexpensive, and that's good. Okay.
So,
what else?
We've got mozzarella sticks. Of course, they're good. Everybody likes those. Corn fritters.
Now that I never even heard of. Honey, I'm from the South. I thought I'd eaten corn every possible way, but I've never fried it.
Yeah.
On the cob?
No.
So you scrape it off and you're going to get...
It's sweet corn, so creamed sweet corn.
Oh, creamed sweet corn?
Mm-hmm.
And then you fry it?
And then it's battered and then deep fried. And
I should have gotten some of that. I'll have to... Why didn't you bring some?
Okay,
hello? Come on, y'all bring it on down here.
That's right, that's right. I should have.
Okay.
No, they're actually the favorite of my wife and her family.
Well, I can see those. That sounds really good. Okay, what else?
Loaded cheese fries. So it's, of course, cheese fries, sour cream, tons of bacon. When we say loaded, I mean that's what it is. It's loaded.
So it's got cheese and bacon.
Sour cream, and then we call it our slick sauce. And it's just another one of our sauces that we've...
And that's on what?
That's on the loaded cheese fries.
They're not French fries. They're French fries, but they're more than French fries.
They're French. Yeah, we
decorate them with all this stuff.
Yep. Yeah.
See, I should have had that. Of course, you take all the calories out first, right? Because we understand
exactly. I mean, why would you?
No heart attacks at your place. Okay. No, those sound really wonderful. And again, how much is that? Because
the loaded cheese fries are $5.99.
That's just not much.
Huge.
They're huge.
Yeah, and we make sure cheese is on every fry, so it's not like you get this big, pile of fries.
And it covers the top and underneath doesn't have anything on it.
No, we layer everything so that it doesn't matter. When you're down to the very last fry, you got cheese all over it.
Okay, then what else?
And then fried green beans.
Now, I've had fried green beans once, but it was at a 5-star restaurant. And so here you are down in Mapleton in this cute little cafe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went and stiff-armed them and
got the recipe.
And got it from them. So we thought, you're not.
You probably did.
You snobs aren't the only one that are going to have this. So
it's in this cute little cafe down in Mapleton. If you're coming up the other way, how do you get to where? I don't know where 89 hooks into something.
It is 89. It's like 1600 west through Mapleton. So
okay, but if you're coming from the south,
if you're coming from south, it's 1600 west.
No, but I mean, where do you come from? Spanish Fork.
Spanish Fork, yeah, would probably be. You've got the highway going up the canyon there.
Okay, so you go up the hill, then you take it where it's under the overpass. I know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is there an overpass there? Probably not. But anyway, it's 80 where 89 hooks into it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you can turn there.
Did you guys understand all that on the radio?
They're like, I still don't know where it's
at.
If
you're watching us on pat.utahvalleylive.com, we're also on the radio locally in Utah Valley, which is 1480 AM KHQN. And we got a new phone number I want you to know. The number is 871 KHQN. How clever of us.
That is.
Actually, Kent worked that out. Okay, what else is on there? Oh, how much is this last one, which is the fried green beans?
Fried green, $6.49.
And it's got batter. What's on it?
It's green beans that are battered.
You've battered the green beans, beat them up, and we serve them to you.
That's right.
All right. And then you've got pancakes, something happening with pancakes.
Yeah, Monday through Thursday from 4 to 7 p.m. It's a great family, time. Kids 10 and under eat for $1. All you can eat pancakes.
All you can eat pancakes?
All you can eat for $1. I mean, who can feed their kid for $1?
You can't.
So,
Well, the last time, even a jar of food, baby food, is going to cost you. Okay.
Yeah, so you bring, you got a few kids, you come in there. And
they have this menu which takes up the whole table, but it's got really great looking cars on it. I mean, if any of you are into antique cars, this is really fun. And it goes on. Oh, you brought me some olives. Aren't you nice? Okay.
This is the menu from the kitchen in the back, and you can tell.
And they've got, but you can get breakfast all day, can't you?
Yeah, breakfast is served all day, and it's a huge, people love that. So,
tell me some of the big, things that all come on one plate.
The big things. Okay, so probably the most popular breakfast is the Model A omelet.
Oh, that sounds good. What's in it?
It's a huge omelet. So it's so you got the eggs, of course, ham, sausage, cheese, onions, mushrooms, peppers, tomatoes, and then hash browns. Yeah.
And hash browns too?
Hash browns on the side with toast.
And how much is that?
The Model A is $8.99.
That can't be legal.
No,
it's not enough money. You guys making any money?
Barely.
You're
we
just eating
by.
Your food and you're getting by.
That's right.
Well, this is a huge menu, and it goes on and on and on and on, and they've got all kinds of desserts, and they've got lunch. Can you buy lunch at breakfast time?
Mm-hmm.
So you can buy any of this at any
all day
time.
long.
You can't do that. I hate it when I walk in at 1 minute after 11 and they say, we don't serve breakfast anymore. And I think, well, okay, goodbye for you.
Well,
so this is a place that serves it all the time.
Yeah, and which part of it I like, part of it I really hate. I mean, I have a confession, I'm not a breakfast eater.
Oh, okay.
So I usually just have a yogurt for breakfast. I just don't eat breakfast food.
And there you are cooking all this
stuff.
So
people come in at 5 o'clock and they're like, I want an omelet. And I'm like, what is wrong with these people eating breakfast
5 o'clock
at,
p.m., right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they're working. Hey,
yeah, I
working.
know. People like breakfast.
So do you have truckers come back there? Who comes in there? Yeah, because they take that road and up the canyon, right?
Yeah, we've met a lot of very interesting people, really neat people.
Well, they say if the trucker comes and if the cops come and eat there, then you got the right food.
Well, the cops love us, so.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then you
we
got
do a
the
lot
right
of Springville
place.
and Mapleton police.
All right. So can we
in.
offer somebody something if they come in and say they heard about it on the radio or streaming video?
Yep. We're going to give them 15% off.
That's pretty good. Okay, and then you charge them double for a tip.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
You better tip the servers.
Hey, we're going to commercial break. Stay with us. We're talking about Model A's cafes. We are. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Mary Louise Zeller. I'm an independent distributor with Kayani, and I've also achieved the rank of Blue Diamond inside of 3 years. I have a degree in biology. I have studied the research on our trio of products that Kayani refers to as the triangle of health. These 3 products work together synergistically and have more power in changing health. Many network marketing companies bring healthy products to market, some not so healthy, but many of them do. They've brought good products to market. This triangle of health product, Kayani Nitro Effects, our 3rd product, is a life-changing product. It is backed by Nobel Prize-winning research. Nitric oxide is called the molecule of life. It's necessary for all cell function, the repair, the defense, the maintenance, and function of every cell in your body. It is responsible for whether or not you have cardiovascular health or cardiovascular disease. When you have sufficient levels of nitric oxide in your body, you will have cardiovascular health. That was proved by that Nobel Prize-winning research. Nitric oxide is a neurotransmitter, and that is the way all of the cells in your body operate as a unified organism, and it's also the way your brain works. So nitric oxide is fundamental to life. You can live 5 minutes without oxygen. You can only live 5 seconds without nitric oxide. This product is consistent with my commitment to have a body that will do my dreams, that I can do my athletics all my life. And these 3 products, nitric oxide precursor product, that's very important because synthetic nitric oxide is dangerous. It has side effects. This is plant sourced, and it is a precursor that your body will use these nutrients in this formulation to produce nitric oxide. Very, very important to having outstanding high performance health and ageless body all the days of your life. But in combination with a Kyani Sunset and Kyani Sunrise, the antioxidant Sunrise, and Kyani Sunset, the omega-3 fish oils with tocotrienols, protecting your body from cancer, improving cardiovascular health. In 40 years of researching natural supplementation for health, anti-aging, and high performance, I have never come across products that made this much fundamental difference, slowing the aging process, actually reversing the aging process, and high performance. As a high performance athlete, I've never seen anything in 40 years give me the performance I experienced with Kyani's Triangle of Health products.
Hi, welcome back to the show. I'm Jared Munn, here with Pat Sheranian, and we're just going to keep going, right?
Right. Okay. It's it's really that when you haven't done this before ever, even in high school or anywhere, then to suddenly be confronted with both radio microphones and camera is a little disconcerting, and he hasn't fainted, passed out, or thrown up. So we're way ahead of the game here.
Just for a minute, I choked it back down during the break, but
okay.
You told me I wasn't allowed to throw up.
That's right, he's
I've
not.
Been trying really hard.
But you will notice that the 12 to 1 o'clock hour now has been filled up with brand new hosts. The ad that came out in the Daily Herald today is a little bit scrambled, so it's not quite right. But the one that will come out on Friday will name all of the hosts and their subjects, and they will be coming on. I've got Julia Curry. She was on yesterday. And we have your spot is going to be Tuesday, Gerald Munn. And then Wednesday we have Lawrence Law. And Thursday we have, I just went blank on his name. I think it's Roger. And he's going to be talking about Cannery Row, and I'm not sure what that means. And then on Friday, we have Diana Hoffman, and she is very professional, and you will love it. She's doing brain research, working with others that are doing brain research, teaching us really through her seminars and classes how to release some of the negative energy and all kinds of things, and how the brain works in order to do that. So you'll find that interesting. Monica Barber is on every morning from 9 to 10. With interesting personalities and businesses that are going on. And my hour has changed to 1 to 2, and I do local businesses. I had Junk in Your Trunk on yesterday. I was going to go down and visit with her, and she closed before I got there last evening, but she's on 3rd South and 3rd East in Provo, just east of University Avenue. A cute little shop. Go by and say hello to Tina Marie at Junk in My Trunk. Is that cute?
That is cute.
And it got good stuff. She brought a lot of it in yesterday. We managed to only break one piece that she was in, but some expensive pieces. A couple of them are registered, so she's got some nice pieces. Then I went by, and there are bicycles and big pieces and tables and stuff. So I'm going to go down. I'm looking for kind of a countertop where I've got a show starting. Tomorrow we'll be talking to E-Causeway people. And they have a new store out in the mall, and they have a catalog with 10 zillion, gazillion items. From you can eat them to water to shower heads to every kind of thing you can think of. Anyway, she's going to be coming in and talking about all the 10 zillion products. And also you can be a member or not a member, but you can be a member, and wherever you shop around the country, they have other stores. You get discounts, and then your discounts add up. And, I mean, it's a great way to make money and save money. Yeah. Have you been in their store?
Yeah.
E-Causeway? Have you really in the mall?
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought it was going to be hard to find the door. I had visions of a dark door in the wall. I couldn't envision it. Last night I went up there.
That's a different room.
Yeah, that's a different room. It's called the storeroom.
Yeah.
And so you just walk right in. I mean, it's good size, nicest people you'd want to meet. In fact, Kelly, who's our board operator, she also works out there, because she's leaving on a mission next month. I'm not sure we're going to let her go, because I don't know that we can replace. We're looking for a board operator. Kelly will train you on the radio to handle all the electronic stuff and
there are ways to keep her here, but
we can tie her down.
Right, so.
But these guys are great, and so Carol is coming on as their pitch lady. Stevens. She's coming on as their. She was on with me last week, and she's great. She's going to be talking about all their products. She's pretty. She's interesting. And this store is, you don't have to walk all over it like you do Costco. I mean, they've got it right there. You can order it, and you order it online, all kinds of things going on. In fact, you can make money when your friends order online or go in. How's that for a good deal? Did you sign up?
No, we were just kind of looking around, so.
You got to go back out there and sign up and tell them I sent you.
Okay.
because I'm underneath Kelly.
They won't throw me out if I mention
Well,
your
they
name,
might.
right?
They
Okay.
might. Well, no. Shoot, I didn't listen to the last part. All right. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about this. I want to talk about this relationship thing you're talking about. But before I go there, let's give this address again. You're on 89 Highway, Springville, Maple off-ramp kind of thing, swings around, goes on down to Mapleton. And you're across from the big Conoco gas station, and it's the Model A Cafe. How cute is that? And you get a 15% discount if you say that you heard it on the radio, KHQN, or that you heard it on pat.utahvalleylive.com. And do you have some pictures for us? Okay. We're going to keep talking. She's there. There we go. Is that it? That's not it.
No, that's
Is
it.
that it?
That's it.
Is it
I'm pretty sure that's
red?
it. Yes, it is red. It was dark last night when you
It
came.
was dark last night because I would
But-
have sworn it was white.
Yeah, we've got
Okay, getting old, like I said, I'm not going to see 60 again for a while.
we've got a nice little old Model A resting in front. So
I did see that.
yeah,
That was great fun. Okay, I'm trying to see this. It's a little bit dark, but it's showing the inside. Cute. It really is fun.
it's a great atmosphere. I mean, it's really clean. It's not, it's not run down, beat down little cafe. I mean, it's really we keep it up nicely, and it's just a great family atmosphere.
What's the most expensive thing on the menu? Because I couldn't find anything over about $10 or $12.
Our hot rod steak. It's ribeye steak.
I love ribeye steak. It has the most flavor of anything ever.
Yeah, it's.
And where I was at Days Market the other day, my goodness, $12 for a couple of steak. What do you guys charge?
Well, the whole meal is $19.99.
Well, I can believe it because
But-
they wanted my first arm, leg, and my grandchild I had with me. I mean, it was expensive, and there was just one piece of meat wrapped
Yeah.
up, and I'm going, whew.
Yeah, steak's not cheap. I mean, obviously, so I mean that's why we have to sell it for so much. But I mean, with that, I mean it's a full meal. You've got mashed potatoes, French fries. I mean,
Not both, but
no,
either.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
and you get the dinner salad with that. You get veggies, and it's a huge steak. I mean, it's not our steaks that we send out. I mean,
Oh, no, these are like this.
they'll-
They're little tiny things.
these will cover 3/4 of the plate.
Like so.
Yeah, it's when you get the steak, that's all you can eat. You're like, okay. I mean, you feel like you got your money's worth.
Okay, well, I'm going to come back when I bring somebody with money. Okay. You were very nice last night. He didn't make me pay full price for anything, which is really fun. But you can't have that. You only get 15%.
She mentioned her
off.
show.
I did. I mentioned my show and that you would be on it. Okay, let's talk about relationships.
Okay.
I've had a number of them that were not successful.
All right.
And then I've had a number that have been very successful, male and female. I dated a lot growing up, and I didn't have a lot of close girlfriends. And as the years went by, then I began to realize that men have kind of a different buddy system. They play pool together, or they watch football together, but they're not together.
Right.
And the women get together on the phone because men won't listen to us. And so we get on the phone and we talk about, well, first you have to have a trust factor. And so we talk about things that women talk about that we think are important, and one of them is men.
Which we think are important.
But you think are important. How tacky of you. And you know what? It's amazed me for years that men and women can even get married and live together ever.
We are so opposite.
It is really true. What's his name? What's his name? Gray wrote. I don't know what's in this room. We hack and cough. I never hack and cough anywhere else except in this room. It's the paint. What's his name? Gray wrote a book. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, right? And I really thought it was kind of an interesting book, and I read it. And then I went to a convention where he was speaking, and I was involved in something likewise. And so we had time, and we were sitting there chatting with each other. He'd been married and divorced 5 times. And I'm going, well, you should know something about relationships, but I'm not sure you've written the right book.
Right.
So how to keep a marriage together since you
learned a lot
and
about
so what do you intend doing with this? Where do you want to go with it? That's a question I have not asked him. I just said, what do you want to talk about? He said, relationships.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of wide open. So, I mean, obviously with the show, we want to have it a long time, so we feel there's going to be a ton of topics. So, I mean, the majority of the relationship issues, obviously, are going to be men, women. But we can talk about kids, things like that also, your relationship with your kids. But
The hardest thing with kids is letting go. I'm really traditional. I was talking to a friend this morning, and her youngster is very into music, and he's wants to get out of high school and go to college and study music and go on with his life. And what does he need math for? And so,
you need math.
And so, we're traditional. We couldn't bail out of school and go take the GED and move on into college when we were 16 years old. You can do that.
You can.
But it's a mental thing for a parent, because we had to go through 12 years, and you should have to go through, because it really made us who we are today. And the kid looks at you and goes, and so? I don't want to be like you, Mom, Dad. So what do you think?
Well, my view on this is kids kind of have it's a double-edged sword, that they have all these opportunities to grow up, to get their schooling done earlier. I mean, you can graduate high school with your associates now, which is an awesome thing. But at the same time, unlike, the older generations, they don't grow up in a lot of the other ways. So they get their schooling done, but mentally they're not quite there yet.
Well, and that was one of the things we talked about, because I had a daughter that she just was bored with school. She knew the answers and had them out of her mouth before the teacher did, because she read everything ahead. Mm-hmm. Very smart. And she got out of school. This is in Newport Beach, and she wound up going to Fullerton Junior College for a couple of years, but she was really young. She just barely had turned 16. Wasn't really ready for the social life of college in any way, shape, or form. And then really had just barely been allowed to date when she was already in college. And so they missed some of that social know-how of learning how to get along boy-girl.
Right.
And talk about things that relate to their age group. It was hard for her. It was really hard for her. I wouldn't do it that way again. I'd insist she stayed in high school. Only because I wanted her to have the social context.
Well, and kids nowadays, so much with computers and texting and emails and Facebook, they
can't spell, and two, they can't carry on a conversation.
Can't spell at all.
No, even I wrote an email the other day, and I used an R, or how are you, and I used a U, and I thought, what am I in? I'm not texting, right. So I had to go back and correct it. But everybody gets in that, and the kids are the worst.
It's when you can, even at the cafe, we have a lot of high school kids come in. And, you get a group of 4 kids come in, and they're all sitting at a table texting.
Each other,
and
other people.
I mean, they don't talk at all.
Now
there's
that's
no social skills.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's funny to watch, And my daughters wanted Christmas. They wanted iPads and iPhones, and they're 10 and 8 years old.
I know. I have this granddaughter's 10, and she can't understand why she doesn't have a cell phone.
Yeah.
Well, why don't I have a cell phone? When are you getting out of school? Well, if I had a cell phone, I could call and tell you. I'm going, whoops, wrong question. So we can talk about teenagers and what to do with that.
Yep.
You probably have people you're going to interview and get the straight stuff. It'd be fun to have a young teenager, couple of them come on.
We actually have a few that
are
lined
lined up to come on?
We have some high school kids, so we can get, talk about high school nowadays and how hard it is. We have some college kids, and
I'd like to find out really what kids do that go through the BYU or UVU and they're studying the internet or things related to software or programming, because by the time the teacher gets the information, whatever it is obsolete. I mean, it's gone. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, technology.
How in the world do the kids stay up with technology? I mean, I don't know. And you're out of college, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just look like you're 20 years old,
no.
Right? Okay.
I hide the gray hair well, not really well, but
we're gonna let it grow out and braid it. Okay, so you've got some kids lined up. What else are you going to be doing?
We've got a lot of statistics, especially for Utah County. Utah County is really interesting compared to the rest of the world.
In
just because of the number of church members in Utah County and religious people, in general, that.
Well, some of the bad statistics are that we sell more Prozac than anywhere else in the world, and I don't know what that's about, because I had a mother that had a problem with medical prescriptions, and so as I was growing up, I thought any way I can avoid ever taking medication. And when I found I was adult onset diabetes, and when I got involved in Kyani, And within 3 days, my blood sugars were absolutely normal. I stopped, well, they were too low, so I stopped the medication. And that was now 16 months ago. And I haven't taken any medication for anything in that period of time. And that is good.
Yeah.
My kidneys have been applauding ever since. You know, they're very happy. Because I think we use medication, often people use it as a crutch instead of solving the problem.
Yeah, I mean...
But I don't even understand Prozac or why you want to be knocked out or whatever that does to you.
And that's one of those things that are really hard for me also. I don't take a lot of medicine, even when I get a headache or just... I mean, I had a bad accident 6 months ago and cracked my hip in 6 places. And
Who did you hurt?
Me.
Were you
it was just
walking, riding, driving?
I was four-wheeling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was showing off for my wife. And,
imagine that.
And was showing off in a lot of other ways, you know, by holding back the tears as a four-wheeler landed on me. But it's,
Did you break?
I had 5 cracks in my hips and my pelvis. And I took 2
That's
ibuprofen.
enough to put you in bed.
Yeah, I had to be down for a while. But I'm not a big medicine fan, but I do know, you know, some people that really do need the medicine. But again, like you were saying, some people, it's kind of, it's a really fine line, you know, and there's some interesting things on that also.
Well, there's a fear factor, afraid of having pain,
Mm-hmm.
afraid of having that pain. I worry about, I do that occasionally with dental stuff. I don't want those nerves to get hit.
Yeah, and like you said, the nerves, the emotional pain that we don't want to, that it's not fun to deal with. I mean, physical pain is a little bit easier, but emotional.
It's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Are you going to be dealing with people who, hey, I'm ready for a divorce?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. We've got divorced people, you know.
Happy divorced people?
Happy, yes.
You can bring angry people on here.
They're very hard to find, but no, they're out there.
They're going to come on and beat you up. Are you happy? No, you know, bang.
It's
okay.
I mean, when you get my promo, you know, we say it's got a little thing in there that says whether you're just started dating, you're newlywed, or nearly dead, and you know, it just means for everybody and everything. Like I was saying earlier, nothing's sacred. I mean,
going to talk about it all?
We're going to talk about it all. I mean, we want your questions. We want your, you know, hey, this happened to me.
By the way, do we have a chat room? It's been blocked where we had to fill in some sort of thing in order to come up in the chat room. And let's unblock that. If you're out there and you happen to know Jared from somewhere, for good or evil, you might want to send him a note just to let him know that you can use a computer and send a chat.
Yeah,
Chat room should be right under the picture that you're looking at. If you're on radio, we actually were able to hook up a phone the other day. It was really complicated. You know, it's like a cell phone with a speakerphone on, and she was able to call out on it. So at this point, you can't call in, but you can let us know that you'd like to be contacted. We could probably take a cell phone and put it on vibrate and see a number come up.
Yeah, because
but it's hard to screen those.
We really want, you know, the listeners' input. Okay,
then let's encourage everybody to go to the computer, and it will be jared.utahvalleylive.com. It's not yet, but it will be by next week. Jared.utahvalleylive.com. And those of you that went to school with him are going, huh? And so
they are.
They're going, huh? He's doing what? Where? And everything that you're saying, of course, is going around the world on the internet. And so far, we haven't said anything of any value whatsoever. You could put it on the top of a thimble and hold a dance festival besides.
Which it makes for a good hour.
Yeah. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be challenging. I think you're going to have fun. I think you should bring all age groups in, the grandmas, the grandpas, because they do have wisdom. They have worked it through. I don't understand people getting a divorce after they've been married for many, many years. I do not understand what that's about.
Well, I had a divorce after 13 years, so.
Yeah, but you're still young. Your life is ahead of you. Why would somebody get divorced in their 70s? Just go to the other room and shut the door, you know?
Sleep in your separate bedrooms.
Yeah, really, you know, whatever it is. But getting a divorce, it's so hard it's hard on grandchildren. You've got great-grandchildren, all that kind of stuff. So you can be talking about all that?
Uh-huh. I actually have some
better
friends.
Listen to you and get a hook, because I may have to wind up grabbing you out of here or some such thing.
Well, you might for other reasons. But
do we have another commercial to go to? We got a couple more commercials. So we're going to talk about the Z-Tone machine. We have that here. Have you been on it? You get a workout, an hour workout in 10 minutes on this machine.
I've seen it, but I haven't been on it.
Yeah, it's right around the corner.
I'm very interested in it because, when you say that,
it really does.
Perks your interest. You're like, wow.
It's working against gravity, and your body's working, so it tones. And I would be in really good shape if I'd get on that thing 10 minutes every day. But I'm going from 6:30 in the morning until 12 at night. I haven't found time yet. But we will. Okay, we're going to hear from that, and then Kent's got a message about the show. Is that right? Yep. All right, we'll be right back.
I'm going to tell you how to shake your way to better health. You need to have the whole body vibration machine. You should because it gives you a no-work workout. This machine works all your muscles for you, and it feels like a full body massage. Whole body vibration is about 3 things: movement, reaction, and gravity. It increases muscle strength, tones and firms muscles, builds lean muscle mass, improves flexibility and circulation, decreases cellulite, helps back pain, fibromyalgia, and osteoporosis. You stand or sit on the platform of the machine, and it moves you in a seesaw-type motion, bringing your body slightly out of a natural equilibrium. By keeping your body constantly out of balance, your muscles have to work and react, and it feels good. 10 minutes on the whole body vibration machine is like a hard 1-hour workout at the gym. Call for a free demonstration. 801-362-9552. We will bring the machine to you and set it up at your home or office. 801-362-9552. Thanks for listening to our broadcast. Please do us a favor and take a moment to call, text, or email your friends and family and let them know about this show. We're live on this radio station, KHQN AM 1480, and on UtahValleyLive.com, where this show will be archived for later viewing. Also, Utah Valley Live is seeking additional programming for our growing network, talk shows about religion or politics, how-to shows, and more. Go to UtahValleyLive.com and send us your contact information and the type of show you would like to broadcast.
Go ahead.
Hi, welcome back to the show. I'm Jared Munn here with Pat Sheranian. We're just kind of leading in. She's breaking me in is what's going on.
Kind of what's happening here. I've got, I added up, I thought I had 20 years behind me in radio, and then I remembered that I was on radio with Elaine Cannon when I was like 15, 16 years old at East High School a while back, a few years back.
Just a few.
Just a few. And so it's always fun to bring a new host in because there's excitement and fun and interesting things and edgy. And you're edgy because you got that sarcastic mouth. But I think it'll be fun. I think you'll have fun interviewing people and talking to them, and the nerves will go away after a while, and you'll have a good time here. And Jared will be in this spot 12 to 1 every day on Tuesdays once a week. And the cafe is a major sponsor, the Model A Cafe, which I think is such a cute name. And great food, great appetizers. Can they just go out there and have a malt or something, or a cup of hot chocolate? I mean, anybody embarrassed because they didn't order a whole meal and they just want to hold up the booth and the tip is 59 cents or something?
Well, we usually charge more for the tip. We add at least $500 gratuity if it's just a malt. But no, we don't. It's
any number of people can come out. You don't have to have a
order
full
whatever.
meal.
I mean, if
just hang out because it's cold.
I mean, if you want, I've got to mention our apple cake.
Oh, you mentioned that last night, but I didn't have a chance to ask.
You were talking about the desserts. Our apple cake is one of our house specialties. Again, it's our recipe. It's and it's really good.
Okay.
I mean, it's the piece is a huge piece, so you could order it for 2 people. And for the month of January, actually, for every 2 couples that order a meal, or just 2 people, I should say, just 2 people, you get apple cake half price.
Really? How much is it ordinarily?
It is, I got to check. I always get discounts on this stuff, so. It's $5.49, but.
And you're going to do half price?
Half price apple cake.
For a couple?
Yeah, so if you got 4 people.
And they can split it?
Yeah, you got 4 people, you get two pieces of apple cake for half price.
That sounds really well. Okay.
And it's delicious.
I know it's a family recipe, but tell me anyway. Nobody's listening, so tell me what it is.
That's true. Okay, you're right. I mean, it's apples. It's shredded up apples. I mean, real apples.
Fresh apples. I mean, we're not talking canned.
They're made. We go through apple cake every probably 2 to 3 days.
Really?
So they're very fresh. It's not. Yeah, we go through.
And
apples.
it's served like in a pipe pan or a cake.
It's cut up. It's a cake. So they're just cut in a big rectangle piece.
Okay. Do you ice cream, whipped cream?
It's butter sauce with whipped cream.
Butter sauce.
Butter sauce with whipped cream.
See, 5,000.
It's very nutritious.
Yeah, I can tell.
Because of the apples.
That's right. Okay,
They
if
say
you
an
say
apple
so.
a day keeps the
Whatever away.
Yeah, so
doctor.
this is how you could get your apple.
All right, that sounds good. Okay, and they are going to continue being a sponsor. So I want to hear next week when he's on the air that you've been out there to the cafe. It's out on Highway 89 in Mapleton on the way to Spanish Fork.
Right.
On the backside across from the Conoco station. So find him, go in there and eat something and say you saw Jared on the, I was going to say radio. You didn't see Jared on the radio, but you heard him on the radio. And you can see him on pat.utahvalleylive.com for this show. It's archived, pat.utahvalleylive.com. And you can take this and put it on YouTube, or you can put it on Facebook, or you can put it on Twitter, or you can put it in a blog. You can do anything you want to do with it, as long as it's nice.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Be
nice. And so, and then it'll be Jared.
Yeah.
It'll be his deal. Okay, we're talking about relationships because he's going to be talking about relationships.
Yes.
And we've covered kids, and do you want a divorce or
Do
not?
I want a divorce?
Do you want to do? No, not
Oh.
you. I mean, that's one of your
Yeah,
targets.
yes, we're gonna.
I didn't mean to get that
Oh,
personal.
okay. No,
And
no,
so-
my wife's listening.
Don't let him in the door when he gets home. Make him go back to the restaurant and eat.
She might.
And so
Yep.
now, and then we're going to talk about grandparents and their
Grandparents
relationships and
and,
kids' relationships.
How to
kids
make it
kids.
last, how to make it not last. It's
And you've been through enough. You think you can do that?
the do's and don'ts of dating. I mean, I get a lot of that, especially with working with so many young kids, serving out at the cafe. We talk a lot about dating, and they want dating advice, and it's really interesting how, again, the new generations.
Okay, here's a question
how they act with
for
each
you
other.
to come up. Yeah, for a question to come up. How come really pretty girls don't date? What is it they don't do? Some of them really have, they're pretty and they're smart, and they
Well, you're
don't.
talking about the shy, pretty ones, not the ones that know they're pretty and that they.
No, well, they're just a very nice person.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not red in color, and she's not bursting of, she's not cheerleading.
Right.
But just a very nice person who maybe loves chemistry, and so she's on the quiet side. So what can they do to do something different? Do they understand that when you're with a guy, you do have to talk about what he likes to do, and he doesn't care
That's
one
really-
single thing, that you're going shopping, and he hopes you never invite him to go with you. But he will say yes to
He will go.
ballet, if you go to a football game with him or baseball. So
Well, guys are funny because we will go, but we don't want to.
no, but you don't want to. It's really true.
No, it
and
is
that has
true.
nothing to do with age, Grandpa.
No.
Right? And it has nothing to do with age if you're
That
15
goes your
years
whole
old,
life.
16
Unless you've
years
been married for a while, then it's
Then you-
then
then
the
you
guy's
kinda-
like, I'm not going.
Yeah, then you just, I am not going shopping one more time, and I am not going to the ballet, no matter what you do. Well, I think it's going to be interesting. I'm a little bit nervous about what he might be doing and who he's interviewing. I'm going to get their thumbprints to make sure they don't have a record somewhere. And, I love asking people what they've done. And if there's a big blank, I always say, have you been in jail? And it's really amazing what people do with that. What? Huh? How did you know?
Oh my gosh.
How did you know? But I think it'll be fun. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. And we have, can we put together 4 microphones around this table if we had to? We probably can.
We'll just share mics. We'll get the couples
Well,
too.
I know we've got 3, so I think we have 4. And we're going to change the shape of this table so that it's more rectangular, and we get people kind of on this side.
Good.
So you can have groups of people,
Good.
panel. You can do a focus group on.
Because we want to get couples in here also.
You don't. No, you're too young to remember. Wait, what in the world was that show on television? And it's Thinking Alike. They had to come up with the answers, and some of them, the guy would say,
the
"She's
game
gonna,
show.
she's gonna say this, or he's gonna say that." I mean, they didn't even know each other. You think, where did these foreign people come from? They don't know each other. They've been living together for 12 years. Give me a break. Well, this is going to be fun, and you take it out.
Okay.
You got a clock running.
Yes, I do. So, yeah, Jared Munn, my show is called Ground Rules. Again, every Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 o'clock. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And your sponsor?
It's Model A Cafe.
Down in
And
Mapleton.
It's one of 2 restaurants in Mapleton, so it's kind of hard to miss.
It's hard to miss it unless, of course, you don't know it's back there.
Right, the
And
Mapleton's
we
kind of
want
small.
you to go in and you get a discount, 15%, if you mention the show, you mention Jared, you mention me.
Come
Hey,
in and see me and say hi.
have a great day.